In the last video, we talked about prompt optimizers, which are a type of meta prompt. In this video, you're going to learn what a meta prompt is, why you should be doing it, and I'll give you the meta prompt that I'm using every single day, which is called the thought clarifier. Before we can create strong prompts for AI, we have to deal with the reality of how human thinking actually works. Most of the time, our thoughts are not neatly packaged. I don't know about you, but the first time that I'm trying to explain something, it does come out kind of scattered or half-formed. You probably experience this sometimes in meetings with colleagues. If we were to take a recorded transcript of what you or somebody else was saying in that meeting, it would not read like a structured paragraph. Instead, you'd see tangents and missing pieces and questions because spoken thought is messy. So why does this matter for prompt engineering? Because if your thinking is disorganized, then the prompt that you write will be disorganized too, and the AI is going to return some equally messy results. That's where the thought clarifier comes in. So I open up a fresh chat and I turn it to temporary and use it probably 20 to 50 times a day with my thought clarifier, because its job is to take whatever raw material is in my head and distill it into a clean, structured version. That's meta prompting. And it's different from a normal prompt because its job is not to go out and perform tasks for you. Instead, it takes whatever you type into this input box and it mirrors it back to you in a clear, more logically phrased way. The way that you know that it's a meta prompt is if I were to type something about a vacation to Italy, a meta prompt is not going to go out and research hotels in Italy. If I type up into this chat bubble about chocolate chip cookies, a meta prompt is not going to give me recipes, right? It's simply going to take whatever I put in and give me the exact same thing back, but it's going to turn it into an organized version that I can actually go use somewhere so that I can be better understood either by my colleagues or by the prompts that I'm about to write. So the first one is this simple thought clarifier.
I've already sent the prompt here, and you have a copy of it in the description. It asks me for my raw thoughts or a messy brain dump. So what you do is you just start typing, or you can speak into your mic, and you want to give it any messy thoughts no matter what it is, and the system is going to take those thoughts and process them for you. So you want to think about this like a translator that shows you what you were trying to say. So to give you a simple example, the other day I had this half-formed idea, and I was thinking about the different generations in the workplace right now, and look at how this makes absolutely no sense. It's just my messy rambling of words. It says, strengths/limitations for each age group. People who grow up with tech, are they automatically ahead with AI? I wonder if that's true. 20 to 30-year-olds today, professionals. What's that generation called? So again, it makes no sense. And then it says, but then, I don't know, like if you started your career earlier, millennials, baby boomers, they built a bunch of skills. Notice millennials is misspelled. Was that in the 90s, the 2000s, or was it 2010? I wonder if they're better at writing or thinking. And then it says, maybe every generation in the workplace will succeed with AI in their own way. So a rough idea, it's misspelled, it has no structure. I've got no idea what I'm actually going to do with this, but this prompt gives me a one-sentence gist, the core of what it is that I'm getting at, which is that every generation in the workplace right now might have its own distinct advantages as well as its own limits when adopting AI, and everybody's success could look different. Hey, that's already a lot clearer than what I put in, right? So then, it's going to ask you, well, okay, I've got this gist of your idea. Now, what are we going to do with that? What point of view do you want me to restate this in? First person, second person, or third person? And do you have a preferred format? What do you want to do with this idea? So I will press 3 for third person, and I want to write a thought-provoking idea for an article about AI adoption. Okay, so let's see what happens. I get this beautiful, well thought out 3 paragraphs about generations and the AI transition. It opens by saying, everybody out there is framing the rise of AI as if it's some sort of contest between age groups, which is a beautiful sentence. I wouldn't have thought of that myself. Many are assuming that professionals early in their careers who grew up surrounded by tech are being better positioned to thrive. But older professionals also have some strengths because they began their careers years ago. They could be disciplined writers and great communicators and critical thinkers. And so in the end, it says, perhaps the most interesting truth is that no single generation has the upper hand because everybody's bringing their own unique habits. And the ones who are going to succeed with AI are the ones who can blend adaptability with timeless skills. Just to clarify, if you're wondering why we have this point of view part in the prompt, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to branch this. I'm going to click here on more options and branch it out to a new chat to show you how versatile this is if we had chosen a different path. So earlier I said that I put it in third person and I wanted to write like an article, but what if here I had pressed 2, which is addressing someone else in second person. And I said, I want to do, let's say, a text message to my friend who is an older professional and they are feeling discouraged by the AI boom. And I want you to be encouraging to my friend and text them 2 sentences. And so then it gives me a whole different output, but it still clearly captures my original foggy idea into something clear.
Think of all the times during the day when you want to write a prompt, but you're not even ready to write the prompt because, those half-formed ideas, we all have them, and they require refinement before we can use them in a prompt. Okay, so think about a project idea or some content that you're drafting or a message that you're trying to write to somebody, or even just sorting out your feelings about a dilemma that you are in. So that first tool, the simple thought clarifier, was meant for just those short, simple ideas of your own that you want to clean up before you move forward with your project. The second example is just a more advanced version, and we call this the messy notes extractor. This one is designed for longer, unstructured inputs. So here's this document. And as I scroll, you see it looks like total chaos. So let's suppose that you are producing something. In this case, it's a piece about caffeine and focus, okay? And for you, it might be a presentation or an article or a product or an ebook you're writing or whatever you're producing, doesn't matter. But we all collect research. And sometimes our research gets really confusing. So look how in my example research here about caffeine and focus, different fonts, different colors, text all over the place, everything's out of order. There are snippets from articles, my own annotations and comments. There's a transcript in here from a YouTube video, another transcript from a conference call where a colleague and I are brainstorming this topic back and forth, and our ideas are all over the place. Even pictures in here that I snapped of book pages and my own scribbled notes all about caffeine and focus. Okay, so the second prompt, also down below in the description, is a very detailed prompt, and the key points here is, just like example 1, is that you're not asking AI to create anything new yet, you are meta prompting, which is you saying, you're not saying write my book for me, you're not saying do my PowerPoint or create an email, you're saying show me the bones of what I already have. Clarify for me this input that I just gave you before we move forward with it. Most people think that prompt engineering starts when you type in that box, but there's an invisible step, and it comes before you even start, which is framing your problem clearly. Meta prompts like the thought clarifier give you a shortcut. They clean up your thinking so that you don't waste energy trying to phrase things perfectly. And the payoff is pretty big because you get clearer prompts, sharper outputs, and less frustration when working with AI.